I say it all the time. Everything that girl puts her hands on just about turns to gold. The show was a success. Go ahead, Candy.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 11, episode 17. As I said, Miss Candy did it again, baby. That show was a success. Very, very nice. Let's talk about it. Okay, so we basically start off this episode 2 days after Nene's party, which wasn't a success. It was a whole mess, is what it was. We got Marlo, Candy, and Portia meet up. And they cut the footage, so we couldn't actually see what actually went on. And I was kind of waiting to see what actually went on after what we saw. What we're being told, basically, Portia and Candy were getting the hell on out of there, and Nene was literally after them. So it was them she was referring to with, you know better, and I'll fuck you up, and all that. She was actually after them. And Marlo was given very much, I'm standing for my friend. She's given, I don't remember any of that. I just don't recall any of that. Marlo, you lying. You lying. You trying to protect your friend. Now, she done already got suspended and all of that. And possibly when they filmed this, the suspension hadn't even gone through. So Marlo was being a friend. And I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. Then there was a situation about a belt. And they kept saying, well, Portia, why did you have your belt on? Because she was going to bash her with it. That's why. God damn it. Y'all know Portia fights. Portia took that belt off. She was getting ready to mollywop goddamn Nene with the belt. That's why she just said, I just ain't going to say nothing. I just ain't going to say nothing. Her and Candy laughing. I said, okay. That's the old Portia and Candy. So she wasn't saying that, Marlo, you take it up for your friend. Them two was taking it up for each other. Now, Portia, you still being petty because Portia, she threw it in there 2 times. Once here in the confessional, and then later on when she talked to Lauren, she was saying her and Candy had said that night they would wait to talk to Nene together. They would wait and speak to her together. But Candy ended up texting Nene, and Portia felt like Candy was double-crossing her. I was like, okay, so this is the thing. You two are never going to be actual friends because y'all really don't trust each other. So that's just, to be expected. It is what it is. Moving on. Same time all this is going on, we got Tanya, Shamari, and Eva actually sitting down together. Shamari came in, she apologized for her behavior. She really didn't remember much of what went on, and she basically said she didn't remember any of the lesbian stuff. That's because it's natural. It's at your whole lesbianic core. Is why you don't remember, because it's who you are. You were just being you, honey. You was doing like your president, girl, grab him by the puss, honey, because you sure grabbed Tanya by the puss, honey. And you just decided you wanted to take a little nip at Eva's tit, honey. You was just doing what 45 did. Ain't no thing, girl. Not in this day and time. Now you try that shit after 2020, you'll be in jail. But anyway, Eva was Team Nene. She was just Team Nene, and I was like, no, Eva, I don't give a goddamn what you say. Nene wasn't right. Nene wasn't right. Nene was out of order. Cynthia wasn't even going with the Nene was right thing. Cynthia went with the, that she played to the Nene has a lot on her plate. Nene and Greg got a lot going on, and all of this because she knew Nene was wrong. But Eva was just going straight. Nene was right. Shut up, Eva. Shut up. Anyway, moving on. So after that, we see Shanita, Eva, and Cynthia. They went down to get colonics. They went to get a colonic. I was like, okay. And that's what she basically said. Her initial budget for the wedding was 85,000, and she's 50,000 over. I said, "Oh my god, oh my god! I hope you enjoy yourself, baby, at that wedding, because that is just ridiculous." Cynthia's confessional look this week was everything. She looked very, very pretty with her big old afro and that lovely decollete blouse. I was like, come on. I don't know if it was a dress. I would love to see the rest of it. I don't know if it was a dress, a gown, or just a top, but she did the color, burgundy, and all. She looked really good. It was giving me mahogany. It was giving me mahogany. I was loving it. That was pretty good, Cynthia. Pretty good. Then they were FaceTiming each other while they was on the damn crapper. I was like, no, the sounds and the I don't want to hear anybody's shit now. That's nasty. Anyway, moving on. Let's go over to Ronnie and Shamari's house. Ronnie and Shamari. I like this blonde hair on Shamari. I like this blonde hair. I said, okay. And she looked nice the other day too. Her hair was her looks were nice in this one, but that the cut was wrong. She had the part on the side, and it was a straight on. It didn't even have layers. It was just a blunt cut, and then her bangs, because it was the side sweep, was supposed to be razor cut. They should have been both of her edges should have been razor cut like you would do a sauvage, and it would have fell right in, but it didn't, baby. Somebody had done chipped it. It looked like she did it herself, holding the scissors like that. Don't know what you're doing, and didn't bevel them, because you could do it with a razor or you could bevel some scissors. It's hard to bevel scissors if you're not a hairdresser and you ain't got that. You got to do them like this, and that ain't easy. Everybody don't have that. That's the hairdresser thing. That's us. That's what we do. Normal people do this, honey. And that's what it looked like. Looked like the twins that did it. I said, all right, an arts and craft haircut. Yay. Construction paper and all. But yeah, that's just right in there. But the hair itself, the blunt part of the cut was cool. Just her front just needed to be fixed. But other than that, I'm like, come on, better and better. It's getting better and better. So it's cool. I ain't gonna fuss at her too much. Then Ronnie. He basically threatened her. Or he talked about her drinking and her hanging out and her behavior, and said that's the behavior could lead to a separation. I was like, Ronnie, baby, you coming across a little insecure these days. A little bit. A little bit. Anyway, moving on. Portia, like I said, had met up with Lauren, and she did talk about the whole thing about how Candy threw her. She felt like Candy threw her under the bus. Lauren didn't really say much, but we covered that already, so ain't no big deal. Moving on. Candy had this rehearsal, and Ronnie actually showed up for the rehearsal, and Mike actually showed up for the rehearsal with Cynthia. And Mike was a good sport with everything, but Ronnie, just for me, came across so insecure. I'm like, okay. So this is the thing, your wife don't know how to act. That's what that is. Wasn't no concern because there's nobody down there. Nobody wants Shamari. Shamari basically gives us old drunken lesbian, and that ain't really attractive to nobody. Cynthia's the one. Mike should have been worried because Mike was sitting up in there, and the first thing Cynthia did coming in the door was something else kissing. She gonna kiss me? Cynthia wants that damn candy so bad that it gets on your nerves sometimes. I was like, damn, Cynthia, just eat her box and get it over with, because you about to drive me nuts. You're about to drive me nuts. I don't know how Candy and Todd feel, but you're about to drive me nuts. Because I don't think she's willing to, I don't think they'd be able to woo her into letting Todd bang her out while she give Candy what she want to give Candy. I think she just want Candy, honey. She definitely wants some candy. She got a sweet tooth for Miss Candy, honey. So, Miss Candy. Nasty, honey. Y'all something else. Anyway, Eva's gown drama has ended. She got the gown. Her mom was there when she was trying on, and her mother loved it. So there was no issue. So we moved on past that. Thank goodness. Day of the show. Shamari came in her damn voice then gave out. I said, Lord have mercy. And Katie's like, girl, don't worry about it. We done recorded you already, so we'll just lip sync it. It ain't no big deal. But let me tell you, Shamari's hair for the show, everything. Her little Marilyn Monroe bob with all the curls. Shamari, bitch, you got it right. You got it right, Shamari. Now your outfit, I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it could have been more. Cause I thought it could have been more. Like the designer should have just went all the way out and gave her the whole Madonna moment. Cause her outfit was very Madonna, and it was like the version of, if you remember the Madonna video, that Borderline video, um, that's what it was giving. Keep pushing me, keep pushing me, keep pushing my love. That's what it was given. But it needed to be doing the whole, she needed it over the top. She needed more tulle, and because she little and tiny. And the way her hair was so bad that her hair was like full. She needed her crinoline skirt to really be doing the whole material. They were on the wrong video. She needed more tulle, more tulle. I should have been there. Honey, I'd have been telling them more tulle, honey. Keep gathering, keep gathering. But she looked cute, and it was all white, and I just thought she looked adorable. I think that's the best I've seen her look all season. She looked adorable. That hair was everything. Like literally at the show, all the girls look good. Everybody. That shit Marlo had on was off the chain. I love Tanya's look. I don't even know who Tanya was. Tanya rolled in that mug looking like an anime character. Her hair had like a tinge of purple to it, and it was like this whole wig movement, and I didn't even know who Tanya was. I was like, oh my God, y'all look so good. And they really looked like they had a great time at Candy's function. And again, it was Candy. It was over the top. It was really nice, and it was packed out. It was packed out. I loved the stage setup. And then, baby, I looked and I said, is that Bolo? Child, the stripper that y'all kept seeing that they kept on putting the explicit tag over. I think that was Bolo with his fine ass self. I was like, come on through, Candy. Y'all know who Bolo is? Look him up, honey. Look him up, and you'll understand why they blanked him out, honey. That Bolo is a fine little piece of something, honey. But anyway, it was something. It was interesting. And then Marlo, bitch, you were just being a killjoy. You're getting on my nerves. You're getting on my nerves. And then she's going to say that Tanya and Shamari need to go to AA. I'm like, you know what? That's the one thing that I don't want to hang around with no bitch who's sitting around taking notes. When we're out supposed to be having a good time, and all you're doing is taking notes on what you're going to throw back in somebody else's face at a later date. I don't like shit like that. And I see that Marlo does that, and you really shouldn't, because like you're not clean cut. So you shouldn't be doing that. I didn't like that at all. Yeah, I didn't care for that too much. Nene didn't show up. Portia didn't show up. And Shamia was actually there. But yeah, everybody looked like they had a good time. It looked like a good time. And she's talking about taking it on the road. I don't know. Shit, it probably would work. It probably would work, but only in certain cities. It'll work in New York. It'll work in LA. A larger city that is more, where people are body conscious and Sin City. It'll work in Vegas. It'll work. You just depends on where you're going. Like, don't come to Pittsburgh. It ain't gonna work. But cities, progressive cities. Go to San Francisco. It'll work. It's a good show. It's a good idea. Candy gonna do and make the best of it because that's what Candy do. Candy, fuck it up, girl. Fuck it up. I was here for it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode more than I've enjoyed a lot of episodes in a long time. It was really good. It was really good. Anyway, tell me how you guys felt about what was going on. Nene, you a damn mess. You a damn mess. And again, I still say, I don't care what anybody says, the show can go on without Nene. Nene's a problem. Anyway, moving on. I will see you guys next week. Hit the comments. Tell me how y'all felt about the show. All right, later.